Hello friends, and welcome back to the Mothership. Today we are smoking up our very own pork souvlaki skewers and then making these delicious pitas. Let's get started. First step in this process is to get a marinade together. I'm gonna get a nice Ziploc bag. You can use a Tupperware if you want, but I have a bunch of Ziploc bags. And I'm gonna start with some red wine vinegar. Then a whole bunch of olive oil, kosher salt, some smashed up garlic cloves, dried oregano, black pepper, and lastly some paprika. Get that nice and mixy together in there. And then set this aside while we cut up our pork. Here is a little baby pork tenderloin, about 1.25 pounds. What we're going to do is pretty simple. Get it out of its packaging, obviously. And then just do our usual funky trimming. Anything silver skinny, this is kind of getting close, we want to take off. I think that looks fine. Any big pockets of fat that we don't want to chew on, get rid of that. Nothing too crazy. This one actually is trimmed pretty well. But obviously, your cut of meat may be different. So hiding under some of these pockets of fat is the gross silver skin that we don't want to eat. So I do try to get as much of this off as I can because it will just be chewy and kind of gross. Now for sizing, what we want to do is cut these into about 1 by 1 inch cubes. So something like that is probably ideal. Looking for about that size. With this one, I can probably just cut straight across, but as I get towards the center here, I think I'm going to cut it in half. Obviously, if you have a bigger tenderloin, you're going to want to cut it into smaller pieces. But, like I said, 1 inch by 1 inch cubes is about the goal. Perfect. Now all we need to do is get our Ziploc bag with our marinade, toss our pork in, and then I'm just going to work the marinade nice and coating everything. Get everything nicely coated up in there. The olive oil is really going to help it stick to the meat, which is great. Then we just want to get the air out of here and throw it into the fridge. Now marinade times for this concoction is, the longer is probably the better. There's nothing in here that's really going to destroy your meat. So overnight is probably ideal. You could probably get away with about 5 hours. I'm going to go for overnight. And then tomorrow we will come back, get it out, and get it onto the smoker. Oakley dokely. I have my smoker at 225 degrees. You could run it somewhere between 225 and 250. I'm also going to just let these guys go at 225, probably to about 150. I'll pull them somewhere around there. I have them on the top rack. I'm just trying to get as much smoke around here as I can and really just let it do its thing. We're not going to go crazy. I'm not even going to pour in the extra marinade on top. They smell fantastic and I think they're going to be phenomenal. My apologies for the sound in the background. Someone is doing their yard right now, so it's super loud, but what are you going to do? At this point, while we wait, I'm probably going to put together a tzatziki sauce. If you follow a lot of my Middle Eastern, Greek-style recipes, there's a lot of those. I will have the instructions down below or link to one of my videos so you can check it out. But it's pretty simple, and it really is going to bring together these pitas. So we're just going to monitor and wait till this gets to about 150. Okay, 2.5 hours later, and we are ready to go. Everything is probing above 155. We got 145 to 150 on all 3 skewers, which means that these are ready to come off. Now I am not actually ready to make our pitas just yet, so I'm just going to put them in tin foil and throw them into like a toaster oven or something like that. Oven just to keep them nice and warm. But they are done and they are ready to be eaten. And I gotta tell you guys, they are smelling great. I cannot wait to eat these suckers. Now on this channel, we have done different types of heroes. We've done a hero meat where I've taken some brisket and some lamb and then put it into a loaf, made a hero meat. I've done chicken kebabs. I've done all kinds of Mediterranean flavors on here, a bunch of lamb. But we have yet to do pork souvlaki, which is one of my absolute favorites. When you marinate the pork tenderloin in all those different herbs and the olive oil, it really comes together to have a whole bunch of flavor that you usually don't get with just a standard marinade. Usually we have to put some sort of rub on there, but this has so much flavor and so much smell and oh, I just want to eat it. Now to plate this sucker, I took a warm pita and I took some of my tzatziki sauce. It's the same recipe I use for just about everything. I will have it in a card somewhere around here. You guys have seen in different videos. It's very easy to make and it's absolutely worth it when you're doing Greek food. And then I have a tomato sliced up and some red onion. Put it all together and you have a perfect meal. So without further ado, guys, it's time to give the old-fashioned taste test. And this is a massive sandwich. I mean, look what we're working with here, guys. Whew, perfect. The pork came out at about 150 degrees, so it's still gonna be juicy. Some of them are around 140, all in there, nothing above 160, so it should be good to eat. And most importantly, let's give the old taste test. Now, when you're making pitas, guys, obviously it's a huge handful. It's a good meal, and it's an alternative to burgers, that sort of thing. It's a finger food. You can add it with your heroes. You can have some rice pilaf on the side or some french fries. Some people put french fries in with them. It's not really my thing, but they're very good either way. And most importantly, this pork is fantastic. There is so much flavor packed into this sandwich. Guys, I highly recommend giving this one a go. Pork tenderloin is not too hard to find, and all the herbs and spices are gonna be something you already have on hand. It's pretty easy to do, and you're basically just marinating it overnight. And what you come out with is a fantastic flavor profile that's different than American barbecue, but it's something you can do to spice up your weekly cooks. If you guys give this a try, let me know your thoughts down below. Do you make any Greek food or Mediterranean food? What is your favorite thing to cook? I would love to know it. And as always, like, comment, subscription, all of that YouTube jazz. And most importantly, guys, cook something fantastic, and I'll catch you on the next cook.